Hi there, where's Michael?
Hey, I wanted to give you an overview of all the work I've done this year. How are you doing, everyone? How are you doing today, Gail?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. This little red abstract, I love the angles and corners of it. It's pretty heavy, weighs about 100 pounds. Red pipe, I love the flow of the pipes. Got a little rough edge here, high wire speed, low heat on the welder, so it kind of spits. I mean, it's not rough, but it's got a texture to it. Crystal blue waterfall. Supportive poles here, make it nice and sturdy. This is an 8-foot reach, so it's almost 8 feet tall right here. Directional anomaly. I had these plates bent, 400-ton press that bent these quite easily, stacked these all up in a nice flow, make it very interesting to look at. A lot to look at on this one. This one's called Brain Fog. It's one of my favorite pieces. So it just, the foggy brain of all the COVID lockdown nonsense. We just kind of did one called Brain Fog here. Kind of made a little spritzy, misty bottom that kind of looks foggy. This is mild steel with grind marks in it with a clear coat over it. Yep. This one is called Journey to the Sun. So we've got a rocket blast off here traveling through space, eventually landing on the sun up there. This one's over 8 feet tall.
That's a tall one.
Yeah, that's nice, huh? This is an avalanche. This is a shelf, and I just beat this up until it made an interesting shape. Put these chains on it to secure it. Little wire basket. I call this one Avalanche. This one here is stacked square tubes, round plate tops. It's got, look at this, I have some real deep grinds in this, deep grinding marks in all of this, down, up and down this thing. It's this called Modern Babble on this one right here. This one right here we have is called Galactic Map. Kind of, you see these nice deep grind marks, just a galactic map to the center of the universe here. So
This one's interesting. What is
yeah,
it called?
this one is called Lava Flow. So my inspiration was a volcanic eruption in Hawaii, and just the colors and all the variations that you see with the lava flow out of a volcanic eruption. So that's lava flow. I love that one. This one right here is called the Charmer. Now we did call it Snake Charmer. If you like that, that's fine, but we just thought Charmer would be better. So it's Charmer. These are bands, metal bands, a ball that supports this, some chain working like this. So this one is called 5 Portals 2. Really, if you look at it from this side, come and look around at it from this side a little bit. This is really the front side. 5 Portals 2, different realms of the universe, I guess we'll call that. 5 Portals 2. This one right here is called Tesla's Imagination. I imagine Nikola Tesla had an imagination that looked a little bit like this. Its alternative name is Data Breach. The hackers have breached the data on the server. That's this one. This one we simply called a Circle C. This was one long straight tube. I cut it in all these different angles and bent this around. These are all sequentially larger here going down. put this little area on top. This one, I'm not sure what the name of this one is. What do you think we should call it, people? How about you? What do you think?
Well, it's definitely red.
Yeah, we can call it Red Squares Abyss.
There you go.
These all kind of move, these little things right there, they move. This one we've got two names. We're not sure what to call this one. This one called Panda or Cupid's Bow. Not sure what this is. It's kind of a fun little piece there. Okay, that's the big ones right here. Let's just take a peek at all the smalls or all the maquettes. My dream is to make these 10 tons and 30 feet one day. And just different maquettes, different. What I think about is how does it flow? You know, I walk around it when it's being made to make sure it all flows correctly and everything. So in Purple Delicious, Yellow Sails, Golden Life, a red donger. Why do we call it a red donger? Because it's got a little donger at the bottom there. So a little ding dong on the bell. I was going to make that into a bell, so the bell donger there. And then this one is called, I'm not sure what I'm going to name this one. What did I call this one? Golden Arch. Right here. This one is called a balancing act. All these different type balanced act up here. Excuse me, this one, I'd love to make this one 30 feet and 10 tons. What do we call this one? Sweeping Black. Little blue waterfall. This one I call Cherry Creek Red for Cherry Creek Art Festival. It's got a nice little look to it. Just yellow ones. This one has been quite popular.
What did you make the hair out of?
This is motorcycle chain. And a couple ball bearings. It's a solid base. Nice little piece right there. I love that. This gives a lot of attention there. Just another abstract I threw together. I have like a C, little circle C on this also. Call this a black lady with the chair and or the hair here. And just I think this one's getting a lot of nice attention. This one seems like a gate almost to a temple or something like that. This black, it's hammered black. They're all painted with oil-based enamel. This one, the balls can be moved. You can put them on different areas like this. So that one like that. Let's go over here real quick. This is one of my favorites, absolutely. This is absolutely gorgeous. Golden Lady. Chain hair. She follows you around the room. Wherever you go, she follows you. Chain hair. Just kind of like just an interesting look.
Let's get a view of her hair in the back.
Let's get a view of her hair. There you go. Kind of like a beautiful
That's
hair.
really cute, cool.
Yeah. I love that piece. Yes. And of course we have all these plates. They're just simple garden designs, not really high-end sculpture, I have to admit, all the plates in the back.
What about this blue one?
This one has blue pipe. It's got the same treatment with the rough edge, with spitting welds. That gives it a really textured, dimensional look. Now this piece, for historians, this piece is the first I ever made. This is called A New Venture 2020. It's the first piece that I ever made.
And it spins.
Yep. It's on a bearing. It's got a bearing and a bolt that sticks that. So this comes off. This comes off like this. It can come off and go right back down on it. So it's a two-piecer. This is a diversified portfolio. We start with farmland on the portfolio, stocks and bonds, copper roof real estate, the generational wealth from real estate, oil and gas that powers our world, some fun investments, a Burgundy winery, some water rights, some silver, and of course the top, the pinnacle of all investments would be gold.
Right.
So we have that. Now these are my fun little pieces. They're called this is Big Daddy D and Big Daddy D Jr. So these are very quite a bit edgy pieces. These quite a bit edgy. So these are all separate pieces. They're all not all welded. This bolts on down here. This big gear bolts on. This bolts on. The top becomes separate. These tanks are separate here. The nuts, if you will. The hair. The Big Daddy D Jr. We got nuts on top of the nuts. Down here, chains coming up here. All of these have all these nuts at the end here like this. So this one I'm not sure if you can see up here. This is called PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Got some bloody hands on it, army helmet. What I imagine the mind of a poor warrior who's been traumatized by war, how his brain feels like. We've got some cone abstracts. I love these pieces. These are stainless steel balls and then put different designs on all of them. Yeah, this one is fun. All of these move like this. So we have these are kind of angelish, spiritual type. And just a lovely, just a fun piece to look at with the colors on that. Up here we have the Sweet Sisters. We've got Coco Sweet, Bella Sweet, Lily Sweet, and Poppy Sweet.
Oh, those are fun.
Sisters. Yeah, those are fun. They're kind of two-sided. They're pretty much the same on each side as the other side, except for Coco. Coco's not really the same. Coco has hair in the back. So Coco, nice little Chanel dress, little pencil skirt, little peekaboo skirt here, and then Poppy. Poppy is the punk sister. Yeah. So, and then a couple more maquettes over here. We have, this is something I really like to see, 10 tons and 30 feet tall. This is a little maquette. I hope to do that one day. And these maquettes, I can see this one now. Let's say this one's 50 feet tall. Why not? Just little designs. You see, these are all cut interestingly, like this. They have these interesting cuts on them. They're not just flat. They're all have interesting cuts. I love that piece also. And then this is one of my favorite ones. I don't know why. I just love the way this one looks. You know. I just love the dimensions on this. Of course, every one of my pieces is signed, MPH, trademark, and then the year it was made, 2021 here on that one. Let's walk to the back. Fried metal with heart. I love that one right there. Fried metal with heart. I had fun making that piece. Let's head around to the backyard. Look at all the oxidized pieces. So here we go, kind of on our adventure. This one's titled Hands Across the World. It's a fun piece. Got a nice look to it. The bottom of these large ones have rubber on the bottom of it to kind of protect it.
What is this one here?
Yeah, this one is called Steampunk City. You love that? Love that. So here we go. This one is called Cat 5 Tornado. It's a bunch of shelving that I bent and shaped in. It took me a while to try to get the flow of this. You can see, kind of come around here and take a peek up under. You can kind of see Cat 5 tornado look in there. Let's go to the last few in the back. I made these. I thought these would be great in someone's garage. These used tools. This one's got a crowbar, toolbox, chain. So this one's called Garden Party. It's got all these garden tools: shovel, axe, wrenches, hoes, rakes. This one here I made for as a commission. These rocks came from the lot they're going to build their home on, and I had to grind the rocks and shape them so that they held securely with this. This one is called Rockstar. It comes apart with a bolt here. This is 2 pieces Rockstar. Right here is Royal Crown, one of my favorite pieces. Just has a wonderful, just a beautiful overall look. Did a little series of some fun little robots right down there. You can kind of see that. Yeah. This one right here is called Byron Jackson. Byron Jackson, San Francisco, California. This is a boilerplate cover from an old boiler, Byron Jackson boilers. So that's what that is.
Tell us about the castle.
Oh, the castle. Who designed that castle?
Could that be me?
Yes, you did. You designed that castle, and I made that. That's Castle Gale, or Castle Gale. It's just a little fun little castle. Pretty little piece right there.
And what about this one behind you?
Oh, this one here is called Dark Knight Mystery or Hidden Pearl. And it's got kind of a shimmery paint on it. It's a little bit dusty. It's been sitting out here. But before I ship it to you, I promise I'll make them all perfect. Or whatever. This one is just abstract of oxidized metal here. A big, huge bolt. A camshaft. Another gear on top of the gear with some square tube. This one, guess what everybody calls this?
Pretzel.
The pretzel. So that's what that is, the pretzel. Back here, this plate sculpture, that's blissful meditation. This one's gear on top. I think that's got just a nice overall look to it. It's just all the angles and chain balled up on the end of each of these pieces. This one is a favorite, a crowd favorite. It's called Center of the Universe. Kind of on a chain here. Center of the Universe. There's some tall I-beam cuts that we make.
That's fairly tall, isn't it?
Yeah, this is 8 foot reach, so that's like a good 7 foot plus. Here's kind of like another I-beam one right here, same kind of situation here. This one I call Kites in Flight. Sits on a bearing, so it spins. This is quite heavy. This one's like 160 pounds. So with this big, with these 1/4 inch plates on the bottom. But Kites in Flight, it comes in 2 pieces. There's a bolt here with a nut that attaches this. This top section would lift off and come together. So, and then this one is called Samson. Yep, Samson from the Bible. Pre-Delilah, I guess you'd say, before she cut her hair. And you see Samson even has some private parts available. The last couple pieces we have here, this one is called Bird's Nest. The reason we called it Bird's Nest is because after I built it, a dove built its nest here, and I couldn't move it for like 3 months until all the baby doves were gone. But this is Bird's Nest. This is Points to Ponder, and I made this by putting all this metal on the ground, putting in these 2 main pieces, and then my friend and I with our welding, we had the challenge of You have 1 minute or 5 seconds to put the next piece where it's going to go. So I grab the piece and I put it where it is. I'd walk around it to look for the balance and grab the next piece and put it on there. Put the next piece on there and put the next piece on there. Oh yeah, circle, 3 circles. It's a pretty little piece, just a pleasant little garden piece right here. I think this is one you want to keep on.
Yeah, I kind of like that
Yeah,
one.
I think you like that one. And
But this is my favorite.
yeah, this is your favorite, the mission bell. It's got a nice little sound to it.
This one's quite heavy, isn't
This
it?
one is 400 pounds with all of this cylinder and everything. Yeah, this 400 pounds on that. But I can commission one for you. You know, whatever you'd like to make, I can commission that. Let's look at all these little small oxidized plates we got. I made a series of robots. That's a goofy hair robot. This is bug eye robot. This is goofy eye robot. This shape. And this robot's kind of got a little sinister look to him. I made this kind of just different shape. Like I said, every one has got my signature on it, so you know it's an original Michael Herold. This is called Ugly Peacock. What I did is I found the ugliest pieces of metal I could find and then created sculpture out of it. So this is called Ugly Peacock right here on this one. But I still think it has an interesting look. Balances. These all kind of have a little balanced look on them. This one I call Three-Eyed Frog. These are handles, propane tank handles. I think they went together interesting. Angle irons all put together. Kind of an interesting look. And this one gets a lot of rave. This one's balanced well. The center poles, nice curves, nice balance on this one. It's not very heavy on this one. Of course, I made several table pieces. You can see them on the website. I don't have them out here. I have the Art Deco chair. The Art Deco chair. Are you there? Come on. Hey, get me in the video.
I was mesmerized by the beauty of the moment.
Hey. This is kind of just a pretty design. I love this design. This is called Marcy Grip. Got a Marcy Grip weight on it. These are my square tubes. These really shine. They should have the sunlight on them. Oh, you can see just a little bit of the sunlight on the top here. How they shimmer in the light or whatever. But you can kind of need to look at this angle here. That's really this, and this is called Floating Trinity. So on that one. This is called Modern Skyscraper. This one is called the Librarian. It's just a pretty little piece, fits in a nice little small area of the house. And then finally, we have Black Coyote, Wounded Knee Creek, 12/29/1890. This, I put so much time and effort into this piece. It's like a blanket strip on the bottom here. The Lakota, Minnekoshi tribe, Lakota tribe. This is how their blanket strip would be decorated, in that they attach 2 blankets or 2 hides together when they were building their structures or whatever. These pieces come off. This is a knife. It's not really a knife in here. Choke cherry, 4 directions, tassel, leather tassel, whatever like that. So that's nice. And this is a Native American short bow. It's about exact dimensions. I did a lot of research to make all of these the exact dimensions. This is a little shorter and this is a little longer. A sinew bowstring, trade fabric, leather bands, turkey feather on the arrow, choke cherry again. This would be this similar size and dimension of trade arrowheads. This would be trade ribbons. This is a bear claw necklace with trade beads. This warrior has killed 7 grizzlies. It's not one grizzly, but 7 different grizzly on that. 4 directions, north, south, east, and west, medicine wheel, whatever, juvenile, golden eagle feathers. Each one of these represents a different act. This means he counted coup 3 times. This he counted coup 4 times. This one is he slit a throat of his enemy. This one is he killed 3 warriors in battle. This one was he slit a throat and took a scalp. This one is he, I'm not sure on this one. It'll be in the description. What is this one? He was wounded many times in battle, and this one, or he wounded many enemies in battle, and this one is he was personally wounded many times in battle. You can notice on the back here, all of these horsehair decorations. These all come apart here. They're all screwed in like this. They've all got bolts and screws on the top, so you can take them all off of all of these pieces like this. And then the tomahawk axe here also comes apart. It's like a smoking axe. I didn't actually make it smoking because this is zinc coated, and it's not. If it were stainless steel, I would have made it work so it smokes, but zinc coated is not really good to inhale. This is a weeping heart trade axe. It's called the weeping heart trade axe. This would have been choke cherry again. These would have been brass tacks they put in for design. You can see it's got a little rough look to where this they would use dyes to color that, but this is where you can see where it's kind of worn down is where they would have grabbed it here and here to make it look more authentic. So that's what this would have been the smoking thing out of the end there. So there you have it.
Well, I see he even has hair.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the hair.
I made some hair on this back. Kind of like a nice look to it. Belt holds it on. These are all attached by magnets also. They all come apart. So these are all attached by magnets. These are not. These are welded in. This is welded in. The bear claw's welded in. The belts. Oh, one last thing is, you know that there's 7, 7, 7, 7. So there's 7 was a big number. Lakota Metaconji tribe. So there we go. Let me just say goodbye. Thank you very much, Gail. If you'd like any information on any of these sculptures, your gallery owner, your collector, you'd like a special commission, whatever you'd like, you can look my website, michaelherold.com, Michael, Herold.com. You'll see all this work on there, and especially if you're a person who would like something 10 tons and 30 feet tall, I'd love to do that piece. I got one in the works right now. I'll have a video of that in several months. That's going to be a spectacular piece. But thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate it, and happy sculpting.
Thanks, Michael.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome.